Hello everyone, my name is ID Nazmi, and today I'd like to talk about the speaking section of the IELTS exam. More specifically, I'd like to talk about how to improve your speaking band score. As you may know, there are 3 parts in the speaking section of the IELTS exam. Part 1, Part 2, and Part 3. There are various topics that the examiner will choose to ask you questions in all these parts. And there are various factors that they'll consider in giving you a band score ranging from 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. Now the tips I'm giving you today, you can practice them at home and improve your speaking for free and on your own. So the first thing I'd like you to do is get a list of topics. Now, there are a whole range of topics on the internet in many books, and I will try to share some of these in my channel that you guys can use on your own to practice. Now, there are various topics that have been historically used. More specifically for Part 1, there will be personal topics. For example, they will be asking you about what you do, your studies, your family, your interests, and so on. And there are a whole range of questions that have been used for Parts 2 and 3. Now, you can use these to do the following practice. Now, what I'd like you to do is, on average, take about 6 questions on each topic and find some questions. Now, as you read those questions, what I'd like you to do, as I said, is get a list of topics. Now, what I mean by that, I'd like you to develop some ideas when you read the questions. Let's say the question is about the weather. Now, the question could be asking about the kind of weather that you usually like. What would you do in that type of weather, whether you like or dislike? How does the weather affect your mood? Now, when you read these questions, I'd like to generate some ideas on how you respond to such questions. I don't want you to write them down specifically. I'd like you to think about them. Next, I'd like you to make a list of words. Now, one thing that you'd be scored on in the IELTS exam will be the types of words that you use. Are you using very simple words, or you have some complexity to the vocabulary that you use? For example, for the weather, let's say you like to talk about hot weather. Now, if you were to use hot weather, that wouldn't put you on a very high band score. Whereas if you were to say boiling weather, scorching weather, sweltering weather, those types of words will improve your band score. Or for instance, when you're talking about how the weather affects your mood, instead of saying, well, you know, cold weather puts me in a bad mood, and you keep repeating that, again, that will lower your band score. Instead of bad mood, you could say, you know, I feel depressed. You feel blue, or you have the blues. You feel sad, you feel unhappy. They like to see you paraphrase and use various synonyms for a given word. So when I mean make a list of words, I'd like to see for any given topic, you like to have a whole range of words that you can memorize on your own and use them when you speak. Another thing that you need to be aware of is, how does the examiner grade you, and how do they determine your band score? Now, in this section, there are 4 factors that they consider. They will look at your fluency, your grammar, your vocabulary, and your pronunciation. Each of these will basically be 25% of your overall band score. Now, in the next video, I will talk more details on how they will determine your band score and how can you improve them. I'll be right back.